Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on FEG. And I've made a detailed video on the AMA front with rocks that happened a couple of days back. So that video is released right now. But yeah, I understand that video is quite lengthy. It's around 27 minutes long, so you would have to sit back and relax. So I've made this another video piece, which would be a quick update for you. I'll provide you the gist of what the entire AMA was all about, and so that you can get some quick updates and you won't have to spend half an hour watching my video out there. Yes. So, but for all of you who have time, I would definitely recommend that you go ahead and check that out because I have covered each particular question and answer in detail and my views on each one of them, so that you get a better idea of what the entire AMA and what FegRox was actually speaking of. So, having said that, before I begin, guys, this is Mr. Aslan. Crypto education is my passion, and this is not financial advice. I'm not financial advisor, so please go ahead and do your own research before you get into any token out there in the crypto space. Having said that, be wary of scams and do check out my other videos on the crypto wisdom section where I have some content about how to avoid scams. Do check that out. That would be awareness that I would definitely love to create in all the enthusiastic crypto investors who are coming in new to the space. So having said that, guys, quickly checking at the price point. Well, it's around 3,933. I won't worry about the zeros. You can count it on from your end. Okay, but good price action that we are seeing. It's somewhat kind of now in a consolidation phase. We might see a couple of more drops happening towards the 3,536 range. I believe because that's where we might get some support. I think so, or you never know on the upper trend. We might consolidate it for a few more moments and then push off to another all-time high altogether. So having said that, moving on to what the entire AMA was all about. Well, big things are coming out your way for all those people who are interested in FEG, invested in FEG, and patiently waiting with FEG. So, one thing that I would like to put across in the entire AMA is the way that FegRox is actually thinking. It's a revolution in itself. So trust me on that when I say it's a revolution. The main reason being he has thought about the beginning, he has thought about the middle, and he has thought about the end. So whenever you're charting a course or planning a path for achieving something, you always need to have one thing in your mind: the start of your goal, how you achieve it, and what would you do after you achieve your goal. So all these three things are well thought of by Rocks, and each and every aspect that he has spoken or given out in the AMA, they define it. Okay, so just quickly giving you a gist of what has gone through. I'll also post the link of this Reddit post in my description below. You can come through and read through, or like I said, I have gone through each and every question in detail in my other video, which is the detailed video. Just go ahead and check that out if you feel like having more information on this. So just giving you an entire gist of what he meant is, yes, FEG ETH and BAC are the only two chains right now, but they are potentially looking into coming out to other chains as well. But what is the main advantage of having it with other chains is they won't have its own supply. They won't be having any new tokens minted on this particular chain. Like for example, instead of Ethereum, they go into Solana chain. They won't have mint another 100 quadrillion as supply for Solana chain. They would only take what is available in ETH or BSC side and use that as the supply for Solana chain. That's really nice because one, it indicates that the price appreciation would happen in both the chains eventually, because you're taking out the supply here in Ethereum chain and you are actually giving limited supply in the Solana chain. Just an example I quoted, guys. So it's good, and you can see some awesome price action at that point of time if once it comes out, or if it comes out in the near days, right? But that's something that would happen or take some time. It will not be happening very soon, is what I presume. But yeah, let's have a look at that once it comes out. Next, moving on, he did mention about having migration done in terms of using other chains provide liquidity pools, or other tokens provide liquidity pools in FEG exchange. So yes, they are looking out for having those liquidity pools built up, and as soon as you deploy any token through the smart deployer, you would be able to go ahead and start providing liquidity for that. So you need to first have that pair in FWrap. That FWrap pair has to be there as as a part of liquidity, and once that comes out, then once that is deployed from the smart deployer, you will definitely be able to have more liquidity added up to all these tokens. And what does this actually do? And how do you actually plan to get more tokens into it? We need to create awareness, as simple as that. Awareness, and ensure that these reward systems that are built out are not limited to the FEC tokens. They are also limited or open enough to any other token. Hell, even Bitcoin can get that particular functionality with just an FRAP done to it, right? So that's really nice, and that was good to hear as well. Moving on, he says about bringing in a wallet in place, but not right now, because they want to go ahead and focus on the many multi products that they have in their range. They want to polish that, and they want to make it as good as possible in every aspect, be it the UI, be it the security, be it the way it operates, everything. Once it is built up into a very nice section, that is when they would think of integrating everything to an app, which would make the usage much more easier. Yeah, that would eventually happen, guys. I'm presuming that it would take another 6 to 8 months duration, is what my initial assumption is, but you never know. Well, he does his magic a lot of times. We have seen that happening. FegRox, I mean. So moving on, he did quote also about certain things regarding how we can get our own blockchain and what is it that it would mean to the FEG token altogether. So having FEG token as a governance token for the entire smart DeFi ecosystem, FEG will not become a smart DeFi token like Rocks, but it will somewhat be a token which governs the entire platform or the ecosystem out there. So FEG has its own value, and the initial token of FEG would be something which would have a much bigger part to play once the smart DeFi gets well adopted, and more people and more tokens start getting into the DeFi space through this portion. But having our own blockchain in the FEG ecosystem, that would again provide a new angle or a new tangent of development for the FEG ecosystem altogether, not only limited to FEG token, because then you have other projects that might come in to start their own products out there in FEG chain, that would give a new utility to FEG ecosystem altogether. Not only the FEG token, each and every token which is part of the FEG ecosystem would be getting a boost with that blockchain, as well as we can see much more functionalities added up to the entire crypto universe out there. Now, the last and final point that he did make is about having a particular blockchain which depends entirely on internet protocol based, rather than the validation that is currently happening through a lot more servers and lot many graphic machines right now. By graphic machines, I mean those ASIC machines that they use for mining and stuff for validation, right? So the system of validation will now be split across, and he says the way that he is planning on building the blockchain would be something which is blockless, which means it would be integrated as part of your internet server. So anyone who can operate it with a normal $20 rental server can be able to go ahead and validate all these transactions that are happening. So that's really nice to see. The vision that he has is really nice to see. It's revolutionary. It's like giving the power back to the community or the internet, and using that Web 3.0 power or to his advantage, is what I presume, right? So good things to happen in the coming days. That's the end of it. And in the final stages, he says that the community has the power to go ahead and take FEC to wherever it wants to go. So having said that, it's all up to us as the community team, as the members of FEC token, to ensure that we spread the word as much as possible, and we also ensure that the adoption is happening at a quicker pace. How do we do that? Get more people into it. As simple as that. We have more people, the community grows, the adoption also slowly and steadily increases. So, having said that, guys, this is a quick update on the AMA details that happened. And please do watch out this space for more such content on FEC token and any other token out there in the crypto space, which I personally am invested in, and or I have done my research and would like to go ahead and share my views on such tokens. If you have any tokens in your mind, please do let me know, and I would be happy to go ahead and put in a review for you guys on this channel. So, having said that, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Have fun.